The Lord is emphasizing all these qualities again and again. Heralds of the paramount importance of God. And the Lord says that one who is exhibiting these qualities, such a person is knowledgeable. And anything else is not. These qualities are mentioned here. Humility, righteousness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest, even mindedness, awake, present, and unpleasant, constant and unallied devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. So this is a set of 5 verses. You can even memorize it. It's beautiful. And let's recite 1 or 2 verses. Ahimsa Shantirarjunam Acharyopasanam Shaucham Stairyamatvinigraham Indriyartheshu Vairagyam Anahankara Evacha Janma Mrityu Jadavyadhi Doshanudarshanam Asaktiranabhisvanga Putradara Grihadishu Nityam Chasamachittatvam Ishtanishtopapatishu Maichananyena yogena Bhaktir abhyabhicharini Viviktadesha sevitvam Aratir jana samsadi Adhyatma jnana nitvatvam Tattva jnanartha darshanam Etadjnanamiti proktam Ajnanam yat ato anyatha The Lord is speaking about knowledge in terms of these 8 qualities. And the Lord said these qualities have to be cultivated. The Lord is talking about, Shri Upanishad talks about cultivation of knowledge. So cultivation means the time-taking process. Our normal understanding of cultivation, we sow a seed, and then it germinates, then it grows, and we keep nourishing and protecting, so it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And it becomes a big banyan tree, then it can give so much shade, it can give so much fruits when it becomes a big tree. That's cultivation. Similarly, the Lord is saying that this knowledge, that means these 18 qualities or these 18 items of knowledge, needs to be cultivated in our hearts. Which means that we need to work towards inculcating it. We need to struggle to stand by it, uphold it, despite the turbulent situations. So that is cultivation. So therefore, the Lord is explaining that each of these 18 qualities, these 18 qualities are not achievements in themselves. It's not they're not achievements in themselves. They are departments in themselves. So they are not like our semester subjects. I got EX in this, A in this, B in this. Uh, they are departments like computer science, chemical, mechanical, so on. They're like departments. So each of these qualities are like departments. It means what? One can one can attain any degree within each of them. One can attain any degree. So, so that's really good. So one can get VTech honors, ability. One can get PhD ability, get to the postdoctorate, and keep going on. So each one of them are oceanic in themselves. And the deeper we go in the inculcation of these qualities, the closer we are going to Krishna, and the more our heart is getting purified. Now, the Shastras explain that by the practice of bhakti, there is naturally cleansing of the heart, and with cleansing of heart, the abhadra, all the vices and the dirt in the heart is smashed off, is washed off, and the divine qualities are awakened. So that is a fact that the process of devotional service leads to cleansing of the heart, with the demoniac tendencies getting washed off and the divine qualities, the divine proclivities awakening. So this cycle is taking place by default. But because now one may say, okay, then what is the need to explicitly focus, discuss, apply, inculcate, struggle to uphold these qualities? That is so because the Lord is specially mentioning about that. So, if we chant, if we hear Krishna Katha, associate with devotees and render service, our heart will be purified. Slowly, all these Vaishnava qualities will manifest in our heart. But if we explicitly also try to stand by these qualities, then the process becomes much more faster. Process becomes much more faster. Because the Lord explains the now as a falashruti of chanting and thereby practice of Krishna consciousness, the Vaishnava qualities, the divine qualities will awaken. That's true. But the chanting will be more effective when there is cultivation of knowledge. Because chanting is like a seed, no? Cultivation is tilling the ground. The ground is fertile, the seed will grow very fast. The ground is rock, the seed will not grow. So you may have experience. Some of your friends in the college, no matter however you try, whatever you speak, they don't budge only. Solo doesn't speak only Hare Krishna. So some people are like that. Their heart is rock. So no matter what is given to them, how much prasad is given, still the germination is not taking place. So the heart is not cultivated. So this cultivation of knowledge makes the ground fertile. So the Krishna Katha and Krishna Nam will be very effective. Very effective. So that is why the recommendation of acharyas is on one hand to soak ourselves with Krishna Katha and Krishna Nam, the association of devotees. And on the other hand, to explicitly try to stand by these Vaishnava qualities. And that will require effort because that is not our default grain. In the laptop, there is a default setting. As soon as it boot up, that is what comes up. The default setting. So our default setting for many of us may be lust, pride, anger, greed. As soon as boot up, immediately they start getting activated. Uh, but from that, so humility, tolerance, pridelessness, even mindedness, these are not default installed. Something is not default. We have to explicitly install it. So explicitly install it. And then if you repeatedly keep using it, it will become also slowly it may become default. Now in the process of bhakti, when we explicitly struggle to inculcate and apply Vaishnava divine qualities in our lives, and we are struggling, we are somehow or the other upholding, like weightlifting, somehow or the other holding it, like that, somehow or the other holding it. Krishna sees, oh, poor fellow struggling so much, seems to be sincere. And Krishna has the admin password, so he can install in our mind. And when it is installed, it becomes a default. So that is the reason that these Vaishnava qualities, the divine qualities, should be seen from the point of view of somehow or the other struggling to stand with it. Somehow or the other endeavoring to hold this. And therefore, when we discuss and meditate, we are going to dedicate a couple of sessions in this Vishnu training workshop till 26th. Uh, for those devotees who are here, those who are coming in, going in between, then it will be carried forward in the next semester. So a couple of classes dedicated towards understanding these Vaishnava qualities from a point of view. So when we have that understanding, these qualities are not abstract. These qualities need to be applied. That means we need to do something on a regular basis to substantiate to Krishna. Krishna, I want this quality. See, I am struggling. I am trying to hold by. So, Shri Krishna consciousness, we see that our activities are our appeal to Krishna to pick us up, to purify us. So, by words, we are praying to Krishna. When we chant Hare Krishna, when we offer prayers, Krishna stars, on our own heartfelt prayers of taking shelter of Krishna. By our activities, also we are offering a prayer. And that is a deeper prayer in oneself. So therefore, when we are touching upon these qualities, let's try to understand them from an applicative point of view. Well, let's try to understand the applicative definitions of it. What it means to be humble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So today we can learn 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's good enough. But humility is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. Humility will go on till the count of 1 million. So as we grow in Krishna consciousness, we'll be able to understand deeper and deeper aspects. And we can apply finer and finer aspects. In that way, we can go on procuring higher and higher degrees, each of these qualities. Like that. When we endeavor, we go faster. If we don't endeavor, the pace is slow, but still Krishna consciousness is auspicious. When we endeavor, we can go at supersonic jet speed. That's the point. So today we will begin with the first two qualities which are mentioned, Amanitvam, Adambitvam. Srila Prabhupada translates Amanitvam as humility and Adambitvam as pridelessness. These five verses in Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada gives a combined amazing purpose. This is such an amazing awakening purpose. We can read it time after, no, again and again. It's so powerful. And in this, Srila Prabhupada is giving definitions of each one of these 18 items. Very, very powerful. Samanitvam, adambitvam, humility and pridelessness. Let us see Srila Prabhupada's definition of humility. This is where the definitions are. Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others. But from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge, who knows that he is not this body, anything, honor or dishonor, pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. The Srila Prabhupada is explaining that humility means one should not be anxious to get the satisfaction of being honored by others. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes this principle of humility as the foundational principle which is required for advancement in Krishna. Rather, humility is like the fuel of our spiritual journey. And we run out of humility at any stage in our spiritual career. At any point on the highway, if you run out of fuel, what happens? The vehicle will stop then and there. Provided it's a plain drive. But if it is a mountainous drive, the vehicle will not stop then and there. The vehicle will, yes, if it is a uphill climb or uphill drive, the vehicle will go down. Humility is like that. A very primordial, fundamental quality which acts like the fuel at every stage of our Krishna conscious journey. And therefore, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly defines about the state of humility. Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing the third verse of the Shishastakam prayers. Trinadapi Sunichen Tarod Eva Sanishna Amanina Manavena Kirtanya Sadahai. The Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing that one should be humble like a blade of grass. Blade of grass does not demand any recognition or any prestigious position. Blade of grass, blade of grass on the ground. What do people do to it? They just walk over it. Is it not? They don't even consider the existence of it. So the blade of grass, stand up and give a box to people. Hey, you're not acknowledging me. You're not wishing me good morning. You're not saluting me nonsense. Uh, get up. Humble like a blade of grass. More tolerant than a tree. Ashikiran Mahaprabhu saying, devotee should be more tolerant than a tree. Actually, Bhagavatam gives this analogy many times. Bhagavatam says, one is not selfless, then one is a very pitiable creature because trees are better than such a person. Why? Because trees give everything for the sake of others without expecting anything in return. The trees give shade, do they charge? The trees give fruit. Sometimes the leaves are edible, sometimes the fruit is edible, sometimes so many birds which have their residence in the tree. When children make swings, Radha Krishna says swings in the tree. And then they're having their pastimes. So more tolerant than a tree. And Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, how can one do that or how is one able to do that? Amanina manavina. By giving all respect to others and expecting none for oneself. And Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, when one has such a state, then one can chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. No situations of this world can interfere or penetrate such a devotee's heart to provoke, distract, disturb. And such a person can be steadfast and riveted to this platform of chanting Hare Krishna. Such a mind can be completely absorbed for all times to come. in the holy glories of the Lord. The mind which is humble, which is wanting to offer all respect to others, expecting none for oneself. So therefore, the question which we have to ask every day to be able to stand by this definition is, am I eager to respect others, or am I eager that others should respect me? So am I eager to appreciate others, or do I want others to appreciate me? So this is the point. Now, say for example, now we are here staying together nearby the Lord Sri Lord Jagannath Swami. So if we want to appreciate others, can we find it substantiation to appreciate other devotees during the day? So the appreciation should not be baseless and imaginary. For example, if I say, my dear Prabhu, you are a pure devotee, honest है, ज़्यादा बोल दिया आपने ना, अच्छा लगा लेकिन थोड़ा सा कम करके वो तो ठीक है ना, थोड़ा सा रियलिस्टिक ना, साई-फाई में गड़बड़ हो जाता है ना, लाइक दैट वन में से भाई ठीक है ना, अच्छा डिवोटी बोला ठीक है ना, बेस्ट इन द बैच बोल दिया चलो वो भी ठीक है ना, प्योर डिवोटी बोल दिया सीधा थोड़ा ज्यादा होती है ना, so anything we speak is to be substantiated with something tangible, quantifiable, is it not? Is it not? Right? So, so now when we are all of us are here, now if you want to, suppose if you want to appreciate devotees, can we find some substantiation? Can we find some proofs around? Would some of you like to share some points around? Something happening around by which we can see and we can say, oh, so wonderful devotee, this devotee is so nice, that devotee is so nice, that devotee is so nice. And why it is there? Is it not? Because, so do we have something happening? Then we find, so give examples. Give examples. Yeah. So we are seeing so many devotees serving Krishna. So if we want to appreciate and glorify, we can. Is it not? How many devotees are serving Krishna every day? Serving How many devotees serving prasadam every day? 3, 4, 5 per meal per day. 3 meals per meal. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 per meal. Okay, let's take average. 12 devotees. That means if we just think of prasad, we can appreciate 12 devotees. Is it only 12 or more than that also you can appreciate? So who are the more candidates? Huh? Who made the prasad? Okay. So how many devotees are making prasad? Statistics are available all around. We need to just catch on to it, isn't that? So you see, humility is about seeing the right thing, isn't that? It's about seeing the right thing. How many devotees are cooking prasad? We are not going to tell from management perspective how many we have allotted. You need to see and catch it. You know? Uh, Devotees are endeavoring. Krishna is there, but then Krishna's mercy is coming through the devotees. Definitely the devotees are endeavoring. Definitely the devotees are endeavoring. So, uh, so making prasad. Uh, Say for example, to make lunch musa, that takes around 3.5 hours. Sabji cutting itself takes 2 hours. Chapati making takes 3.5 hours. I see devotees are sitting from 10 o'clock till 1:30. How much? 3.5 hours. Just over an item. Is it not? So this is an exercise for you. Catch how many, you know? How many devotees are cooking? How many devotees are cutting sabji? How many devotees are making chapati? You know? How many are cleaning? So every single day, just being here, we can be grateful and appreciate all of them. Be grateful and appreciate all of them. Okay, so is that all, or there is something else also? Purchasing, yes. So now Prabhu is thinking deeper. Yes, purchasing. She is not dropping from the, yeah, purchasing. Yes, purchasing. So, can be grateful to the employees who are involved. Then, cleaning, vessel washing, yes, preaching, okay, preaching. Then, managing everything, receivership, accounts, finance, those devotees who are doing accounts, finance. Devotees have found out our accommodation. Yes. Class schedules. There is STW, VTW, class schedules. Anything else? Cleaning. Yes. Yeah. Devotees are helping to wake us up. And when we wake up, we are seeing many devotees who are already ready. You know, they are giving a very nice example in front of us. So now the point comes. Anything else? Yes, lectures, kirtans. So in kirtan, whom we should be grateful to? Let's come to that. Whom we should be grateful to in a kirtan? So I'm just let's share that. So kirtan is happening. Whom we should be grateful to in a kirtan? Huh? Can you explain why? Yes. Yes. So we should be grateful to not just the devotees singing, not just the devotees playing sardas, but to all the devotees. Why all the devotees? Everybody is enthusiastically participating. No, we were feeling, oh, no, oh, I think I'm feeling really tired. Oh, my back is aching and my legs are a little bit paining, and we will be standing in a corner, you know. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We will be standing in a corner, you know. And then, but we are seeing everybody dancing enthusiastically, you know. Isn't that? We also feel, you know, let me also go in, you know. We get inspired, isn't that? Right? All the experience that. So we need to be grateful. But the devotees are that because of their presence, we are getting intensified in our practice. Right? So we need to be, so we have a point to appreciate them and to respect them. We have a proof that because of their presence, our kirtan absorption is getting intensified. Same thing is true for japa. So we were feeling very bored कर दिया अभी chat पे ना थोड़ा ऊपर हवा खा के आता है ना we are thinking ये वाला तो ऐसे ऐसे चैट कर रहा है ना हरे कृष्णा है ना ये भी ऐसे ही कर रहा है सामने वाला भी ऐसे ही कर रहा है मैं कैसे उठूं अरे कृष्णा अरे what to do isn't that it happens right uh, so sometimes I see we take class for sometimes new people then sometimes they're sitting in the class and one fellow will just get up and walk out and then one fellow gets walk out many people get inspired sometimes why because everything is contagious so one candidate gets up and just walks out like that and one more gets the courage. हाँ मुझे भी जाना था ना, बैठा था ना, out of obligation, चल चलते हैं ना, like that. So some 3-4 will go in a room, ना. Then again some stability comes. Another fellow is reaching, so now because of him, other people getting contagious. But so everything is contagious, and therefore we see the devotees who practicing enthusiastically, and we are getting the association, the sangha. We also get inspired. Because one thing we know, we are not all the time enthusiastic. Sometimes by mistake, sometimes it happens. But our prime source of, therefore, enthusiasm should be based on the association of Vaishnavas. So, therefore, so now the question is, if we want to appreciate and respect devotees per day, in our present day setting, how many devotees we can appreciate and respect? Numerically, 100 is saying 150. Isn't that, right? And so when we do that, so every single day you can appreciate and respect 150 devotees with proofs. We're engineers, we're technocrats, we're scientists. We need to give a proof for everything. No? So, but the point of proof is what? If you look out for it, you'll get it. Is it? That is why Srila Prabhupada explains in one of his letters. Prabhupada is writing. Prabhupada is saying that always look out for the good side of your God brothers. Everybody has a good side and the other side. We also have that. Somebody gives us prasad, we're very happy. No? So thank you, Prabhu. No? Anything you want me to serve, I'm available. No? We're very happy. No? Somebody gives us, say, some insulting words. Hey, you are, no? Like that. No? And now we may not say, oh, thank you, I'm so grateful to you. We may say, no, Prabhu, this, no, I was like that, situation was like this happened, that happened. No? A lot of things, justification will come out. So we are also having a good side and the other side. Is it not? We get encouraged. So, every devotee has good side and the other side. And the science of Krishna consciousness proceed with selectivity. So we need to have selective connection. Is it not? Like say, for example, you are going for the lab, and then you're having a 3 hour laboratory. I mean, so you're having the terminal with full Wi-Fi connectivity, everything is there. Now, so one can do the assignment. That's one probability or one alternative can happen. One can scroll around the internet also, because our facilitator mentors are not there to watch. Here, they can watch. Hey, क्या कर रहे हो तुम? नहीं proof मैं proper book पढ़ रहा था. कौन सा point अच्छा लगा? So like that. No? So our mentors are there. So it's difficult little bit here and there. No? Like that. In the lab, nobody is there. No? So only the teacher may come one and out of 50, It's not very difficult, So that also, So we have full choice. Is it not? Now, what will be most beneficial? What will be most beneficial? Instead of the lab time, if we do the assignment, is it not? That is the most beneficial. Other things we do, maybe at best a waste. At best, it will be a waste of time. But more likely, it may be much degrading as well. So the so selectivity is the way of enriching our lives. Just because everything is present around, we don't partake of it. Is it not? Right. We need to be selective. So, so this selectivity is, so when we want to look out for the good side, then we will be able to respect all devotees around. Uh, We want to look at the good side. So let us take a case study towards that. This is Srila Prahlad Maharaj. The scene is that Lord Nrsimhadev has killed Hiranyakashipu. The Lord has performed successfully the open heart surgery without anesthesia. And now Hiranyakashipu's full heart with intestine, everything was available for demonstration for all medical students. Like that. And Lord Nrsimhadev was so angry that nobody was effective in in their attempts to please the Lord. Various demigods tried speaking various uh, glorifications of the Lord in choicest words, but the Lord was not appeased. The demigods approached Lakshmi Devi. Mother Lakshmi denied. She said, "No, I will not go in front." She said, "My husband is in a different mood right now. I will not go right now. You know? Let his mood change, then I will move forward. You know? This mood, I am not going to go forward." Even Mother Lakshmi was not going. She said, "My husband is coincidentally in a different mood. Not right now. I am not going to go forward." At that point, Brahmaji is looking around how the Lord will be appeased. Because Lord Narasimha is so angry and so angry, nobody can even dare to take darshan of the Lord. So amazing. Lord's anger was like dazzling effulgence. Uh, so therefore, Lord Narasimha is very beautiful, but a different flavor of beauty. It's ferociously beautiful. Very, very angry. Lord Brahmaji saw Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is a small little boy. Brahmaji is looking at Prahlad and Brahmaji is pushing Prahlad forward. Saying, "Prahlad, you go forward and please the Lord. I mean, offer prayers to the Lord. For your sake only the Lord has come. Now you manage." In that way, Brahmaji is encouraging Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj is moving forward with folded hands. As soon as he goes forward, he offered Dandavat obeisances to the Lord. Interestingly, as soon as Lord Narasimhadev is seeing Prahlad Maharaj, immediately Lord Narasimhadeva's anger vanishes. Lord Narasimhadev got such a smile, ear to ear smile, no? Ear to ear smile, as if he was never angry in life. Got such a beautiful smile, and Prahlad Maharaj got up. And Lord Narasimhadev is feeling, his dormant volcano of love is outbursting. No? And there is outbursts of love. Lord Narasimhadev is feeling that, oh, there is my devotee, and I need to reciprocate with him. So the Lord raised his blessed hand, placed it on the head of Prahlad, and blessed him. That blessed hand, which is always eager to offer abhayam, fearlessness to his devotees. The Lord placed it on the head of Prahlad. And the Lord felt, I am feeling little more love, reciprocation is being less. I need to reciprocate a little more. No, little more love is there, reciprocation is only this much. And the Lord picked up Prahlad Maharaj, placed him on his lap. Placed him on his lap. The Lord started cajoling him, very lovingly. And now the Lord is feeling, I am feeling more love, the reciprocation is less. Something more I have to do now. But no, more love is coming out. And then the Lord, in his transcendental demeanor, in his transcendental mood, the Lord as a transcendental lion or the transcendental lioness, the Lord started licking the body of Prahlad. You ever seen a lioness licking the cup? Uh, that was Lord Narasimhadev started doing. Then Prahlad Maharaj started offering very, very beautiful prayers. This is the first prayer which Srila Prahlad Maharaj is offering. So from this prayer, Let's try to mine out certain applicative definitions of humility. How we can apply principles of humility or what we can do. So we are building that up. See this case study, how Prahlad Maharaj is doing. Now, can you imagine? Prahlad Maharaj is Prahlad Maharaj is an overwhelming winner. Huh? He's won Olympics gold, world record. So in one sense, he's broken Lakshmiji's record also, the world record. And no demigods could achieve that feat Prahlad Maharaj has achieved. Immediately, Lord Nrsimhadev from no, from such an angry mood, Lord Nrsimhadev is released by his intervention. But what is his state of heart? That we are going to see in this verse. And so what is his state of heart? That we are going to see in this verse. Let's recite the verse. Shri Prahladavacha Brahmadaya Suragana Manayotha Siddha Sadvaikataanagatayo Vachasam Pravahe Naraditum Purugunena Adunapi Pipru किम तोष्टुमर्हति समे हरि उग्र जाते. So Srila Prahlad Maharaj is telling, now all the floodlights, focus, limelight, zoom, everything is on Prahlad Maharaj. Everywhere it was Prahlad Maharaj transmitted on the headlines, BBC, CNN, everywhere. No? Viral, Grand Slam champion, Prahlad. And when Prahlad Maharaj is speaking, what is he speaking? Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Brahmadaya Suragana. That, oh Lord, all these demigods, Brahmaji and all these demigods who are here, all of them are so great and glorious, O Lord. Unayota Siddha, all these saints, sages and brahmanas who are gathered here, all of them are so great and glorious. Now, Prahlad is also scientist. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is also giving a proof. He's saying, I'm not saying sentimentally, Satvai Katana Katayo. Their whole existence, their mind, body, words are soaked with Sattva. Sattva radiates from their existence, therefore they are also great and glorious. Oh Lord. Vachasa Prabhahe. And he's saying, and all of them are glorified. Vachasa Prabhahe, they are all glorifying you, O Lord, with the best of the words. And you are not getting satisfied. What is to be said of me? Naraditum Purugune Adhuna Pipru. What is to be said of me, O Lord? I am most fallen. That also Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I am not speaking sentimentally, I have proof. Why am I most fallen? I am a Gurjati. I belong to the family of demons. There is demoniac blood flowing from my veins. And there is demoniac, I belong to this family of demons. There is demoniac blood flowing. You do my DNA testing, it is demoniac DNA. And therefore, and then the Prahlad Maharaj is saying that, how can I glorify and please you, Lord? That is his consciousness. Mind it, Dr. Shiva already preached. Dr. Shiva is already pleased. And this is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. So that is why, so we can see this is called as humility in action. This is called as humility in action. Prahlad Maharaj is demonstrating. You see, Prahlad Maharaj overwhelming champion, straight sets, everybody lost. Prahlad Maharaj is highly successful. So had he to zoom on his success and the failure of all the demigods in this situation, would he have been humble like this? Impossible, is it not? But what is he zooming on? He is zooming on? Yes. But what credit he is giving? Huh? Uh, is he giving the credit to other devotees? But definitely it's visible to all of us that nobody else had a role in feeding God Narasimha other than Prahlad. The single champion, you know. So he is giving a proof to appreciate the demigods. What is that proof? Yeah, they are all soaked in Satuguna. So they are all soaked in Satuguna. So that means what Prahlad Maharaj is seeing there. So Prahlad Maharaj is remembering and seeing all of their wonderful positions, all of their wonderful services to Lord Krishna. And seeing, oh, they are all so glorious. Is it not? This is called a selectivity. Prahlad Maharaj is selective. Why he is doing that? He is not fool. You know? Oh, sorry, you are champion, you're glorifying everybody else. He's not fooled because he's saying that okay, this situation is a differential situation. But what my vision is not differential vision. My vision is over the integral. What not sacrifice is the demigod to do to Krishna. You know? Now history is a proof, and Prahlad Maharaj is remembering all that history is a proof over the integral. That is the Prahlad. They are all soaked in sattva. And they are so glorious. They are so glorious. You see, this is called a selective. So Prahlad Maharaj is valuing the integral more over the differential. This is the way to be humble. Now, when we specialize more in integral mathematics than differential mathematics, because over the differential, it may be just a moment spike. So somebody shouts at us. Now, what we should do? No? No? So if we can remember Prahlad Maharaj, it will be a success. And we can say, okay, this devotee shouted on me. This devotee is wonderful devotee. I have been seeing him for so many years, so many months, so many weeks, and doing so many bundle services. No problem. Right now, it was a differential spike. You know? Maybe noise in the data. Right? In every statistical analysis, the first step is noise filtration. If you don't filter the noise, you will always get spikes. But the signal is something else. Is it not? Noise filtration. So the differential is always noisy. So Prahlad Maharaj very expertly, Prahlad Maharaj very expertly filters off the noise. And then he's seeing over the integral, the three devotees are so glorious. So he's giving a proof, is it not? And that is a wonderful lesson for all of us. Is it not? It's a very wonderful lesson for all of us. And for oneself also, Prahlad Maharaj is not too much giving much emphasis on the success aspect. But okay, I'm successful right now. No? And for himself also is seeing over the integral. No? So what Prahlad Maharaj is saying? I am the Ugri Jati. I am the demoniac family, demoniac blood. My genetic fingerprinting, all demoniac. No? All APA, what is that? CDH, all permutations, combinations are all demoniac. But yeah, so so this is what a devotee is. He sees the good side of others and the see Prabhupada is saying, find out the serving side of your God, brothers. So a devotee always sees the good side of others and the bad side of oneself. If we see the good side of ourselves, then will we ever move forward? Suppose if you see, okay, I am the most sincere devotee in this entire, he can at least product, whatever we do, like that. Then finish, then and there we get saturated. Where is any impetus to improve? Is it not? But if we see the fault in ourselves, then we have a scope of improvement. I have to improve my chanting, I have to improve my service attitude, I'm hardly doing any service, I need to improve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The more we have a bigger list, the more we can advance. Is it not? But the less we have a list, we are standstill. Is it not? So therefore, humility means zooming on one's faults and zooming on the good qualities of others. The Bhagavatam and the Acharyas explain that whatever we zoom on in other devotees, and it is what we get. So so everybody is everybody is a transmitter in one sense, and whatever and transmitting different channels. There is a good channel, there is a bad channel. So whatever frequency we tune into is what we get. So if we focus on the bad qualities of other devotees, those qualities get conducted and transmitted and installed in our hearts. Very low. Very dangerous. Dangerous, So then why to, so therefore our acharyas have led the right example is among the 6 Goswamis, Gopala Bhatta Goswami. He would refuse to hear any fault of any devotee, even if true. Interesting, no? He would refuse to hear. Should I don't want to hear. He's devotee, no? He's trying to become devotee. Good enough for me. So offer my respect to the businesses. So rather, we should be fearful to offend others. We should be fearful to offend others. Why we should be fearful? Because originally everybody is a pure devotee. And because everyone is part and parcel of Krishna, that should be good enough to respect others. See, Bhagavatam explains this in a very picto-visual manner, very nicely. See, when we go to a temple of the Lord, what do? We offer obeisances. Like we come here, say for example, how do we come here? Do we come here like this? Come here like this? No. Immediately come here, we offer obeisances. Is it not? Right? So why do we offer obeisances? Because the Lord is there. Is it not? The Lord is there in the hall. It is a temple. So now, basic basic knowledge of the scriptures. Uh, the Lord as Paramatma is in the heart of every living entity. Right? And by this definition, wherever the Lord is there, it's a temple. And the Lord is at the heart of every living entity means what? Means every living entity is a temple of the Lord. So when we see them, what should we do? Hey, you nonsense, I'll fight with you. That is the behavior now. So this is also part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is there in heart. So we have to. जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन महाराज प्रभुपाद की Prabhupada is saying something interesting. We should be fearful. और में से क्या fearful प्रभु जी ना? ये कोई सीनियर डिवोटी थोड़ी है. ये तो मेरे साथ ही सोच हुए आगे ये हद को चला है मेरे साथ. मुझे पता है इसका बायोडेटा. ये कोई मतलब क्या बताऊं प्रभु जी? बता तो सकता हूँ मैं क्या क्या कुछ खिलाए हैं. लेकिन अब क्या बताएं? समझ लो खुद से. So one may think like that. इसका तो मुझे पता है इसने क्या क्या किया है ना. डिवोटी बनने से पहले किस तरह से उत्कर्ष में आ गया तो थोड़ा सा हार्ट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गया ना. So like that, so that may be true, but Brahman is saying one should be fearful to offend others. Why fearful? Because potentially, everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. Everybody is a temple. Everyone's heart is a temple of the Lord. So we should be respectful. There's a third reason also. Third reason is who can advanced at what pace we don't know. Classic example is so the bag of the matrix is what one who is more advanced. If you offer such a personality, the reaction is more. The generic rule of the the shastras. तो then मन में से ठीक है अपने जैसे नियोफाइट्स के साथ तो फाइट कर ही सकते हैं ना नियोफाइट means one with whom we can fight ना so one who fights and one with whom we can fight that is called a neophyte ना good definition ना so so fine so fine to start with but it won't be fine as it goes along now in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj comes. Dhruva is a 5-year-old passionate aggressive Kshatriya boy and his stepmother Suruchi, she insults him like anything. Sitting on the lap of his father, she caught him by the hand and threw him off. Said, off you go, you nonsense. There you come and sit on the lap of your father. She said, you're not qualified, get out. Garbage. She said, if you want to be qualified, you go to the forest, worship Lord Vishnu. And then when Lord Vishnu comes, you ask for a benediction that you should be born in next life from my womb. And then you'll become qualified. Got it? Get lost. He's a Kshatriya child. Kshatriya child. So you see, this was a very heavy insult. Is it not? Very heavy, embarrassing, defaming insult which she did. And she thought, who cares? Why she was very confident? Because her husband was very attached to her. She was the pet queen, Dhruva's mother was not the pet queen. Dhruva's mother was Suniti, she was not the pet queen. Suruchi, because the king had special ruchi. So she was very confident. The king cannot say anything, he then fights. Therefore, she insulted very badly. Now, this is a very great offense. But she didn't care. And it was all okay. Because Prahlad was a materialist Kshatriya. He immediately wanted to start a hate story version, whatever, 4, version 5, whatever. He immediately wanted to start a hate story, revenge, avenge, revenge, and so on. Uh, so rather Bhagavatam explains he was so much burning, his eyes were bloodshot red. His breathing was like hissing of a snake. Like that his breathing was sounding, I cannot make him sorry. So you can visualize, so his breathing was like hissing of a snake. Like that he was breathing. Very intense. Had he the power, he would have burnt everything, like Vasuki, but I exuded fire, like that. So now, you see, but Suruchi continued. So she and her son was Uttama. Oh, Uttama was not inimical to Dhruva. Uttama was small children, no problem. But Suruchi had problems. She was envious. And so she continued, no problem. Means, nothing much happened. So this was an offense, but very minimal reaction. Very minimal, chota sa, pilli, pilli, little bit neophyte, passionate, aggressive personality. उसको offend किया कुछ problem नहीं, लेकिन 6 महीने में ध्रुव महाराज ने अपना रिज्यूमे चेंज कर दिया. 6 months Dhruva became a pure devotee. सारी न्यूज हेडलाइंस में 6 months Dhruva became pure devotee. Now Dhruva is walking is a pure devotee. Mahabhagavad. Suruchi's all offenses, they had very minimal nanoscale reactions, at that time. 6 months Dhruv Maharaj का share value इतना बढ़ गया. Suruchi's offenses became offenses against the Mahabhagavad. And if you offend a Mahabhagavad, Krishna will not leave. Devotee may not mind it, devotees are merciful. Krishna will not leave our offenses. The share value of Dhruv Maharaj became infinity. And Suruchi forfeit against infinity share market values. Now she became bankrupt immediately. Very, very heavy sinful reactions came on Suruchi. where Uttama got killed in the forest, and Suji, while searching for Uttama, she caught fire live and she burnt, body burnt on fire. This was the Lord's reaction to the insult of Dhruva. That is all Prabhupada is saying. Better be careful because share market, you know. So the NSE index ticks very fast, you know. The index of bhakti may take even faster. Therefore, don't take chance. And that is what Prabhupada is saying. We should be fearful to offend others. Because who knows who will take what gear in life? So who knows who will take what gear in life? That's the point. The signs of humility, uh, in terms of behavioral relationships, is very beautifully explained. Why should a Narada Muni? Now one will say, अरे ये कैसे हो गया? ये तो ना overnight multi-billionaire बन गए ध्रुव महाराज ना in spiritual currency ना ऐसे multi-billionaire बन गए एकदम से overnight ना. Now the whole world is at his disposal ना. He's a rock star. So how did he became? He became by the mercy of Narada Muni. So obviously his mother's contribution was there. So now Suniti channelized Dhruva's feeling of attraction or hankering for love. She did not feed Dhruva's revenge mentality. She said, "Oh, Dhruva, you want love? That's why you were sitting on the lap of father." He said, "Yes, yes, I wanted love." And she threw me off. So Suniti didn't focus much on that. She said, "If you want love, my dear Dhruva, let me tell you, you go to the forest. Because there you can find Lord Vishnu. Some of the other devotees you will find who will guide you to Lord Vishnu. And when you attain the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, he can give you as much love as even 10,000 mothers like me cannot give you." Dhruva immediately said, "Oh, like that?" He said, "Okay, then I'm going." So he got. So now Dhruva Maharaj is in the forest. Now, and there Sri Narada Muni is giving there's a very beautiful verse which comes in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Narada Muni says beautiful instructions. The Narada Muni is telling the science of dealings, and he's saying, Gunadikan modam lipse, anuproshat gunadhanat, maitrim samanaman vichet, na tape abhibhuyate. Narada is telling, my dear Dhruva, you're hissing like a snake, let me come. My dear Dhruva, I'll tell you that science. If you know this science, that secret I'll tell you, Dhruva, don't worry. That treasure I'm giving you, know this science, you will never suffer tribulation, suffering in this material world. And the science is the threefold science of behavior. So he's telling Dhruva, when you see somebody who is exhibiting more qualities than you, so he's a senior can be by age, senior can be by qualities. Then instead of being envious, Dhruva, you should rejoice. You should take great pleasure in meeting a person having excess qualities. Like in among us, suppose if one of the devotees is glorified, this Prabhu, very nice Prabhu, like that. One option is we can feel envious. इसको क्यों उन्हें इतना चढ़ा रहे हैं, है ना? So envious. That's the default, way of processing and seeing and interpreting. But Nathmani is saying instead of envious, we can say he is exhibiting good qualities. First year में अभी से, he's exhibiting so many nice qualities. Wonderful. I am so fortunate. I am getting such a good friend. Seeing him, I can learn. ये पास में है तो constant inspiration मिलेगा ना. So we can be feeling great pleasure about that. So seniors, great pleasure. And normally say those who are equal, almost equal, make friendship with them. So friendship is based on sacrifice. Suppose somebody is our friend, we know that अरे मेरे friend का अभी assignment complete नहीं हुआ है आपका, you are saying that okay, Prasadam is less. We'll make a rate for the friend, no? Is it my friend? Is it not? No? Harmony is telling all equals make friends. Is it not? That means really there is spirit of sacrifice for everyone. And somebody is a junior. This stage very quickly comes. Don't mind, you know. This stage very quickly comes because in Krishna consciousness we become senior very quickly, you know. Yeah, very quickly you become senior, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you know, people say senior devotee, that's like that, you know. They will give a big asana like this and make you sit like that, you know. You know? So so the you will ask like this, you can sit on that. You know? So very easily one becomes senior. So very easily one can cut out of juniors. But when you meet junior, then one should not say, "Hey, junior, बच्चे लोग, अभी मैं ragging करूँगा." No, I should not be the attitude. You know, the attitude should be compassion. Hey, junior, this is okay. I was fortunate to receive the mercy of so many devotees. Let me share that fortune. You know, that should be the attitude. See, this is humility. There's a definition. So this is how humility translates into our behavior in terms of how do we interpret our connection to various kinds of devotees, various kinds. Many times people feel that humility is a sign of weakness. The प्रभु जी ये तो भोलू टाइप से प्रभु जी हम्बल है एकदम है ना कुछ भी करके है कुछ नहीं कर सकता लाइफ में ना. So sometimes, that kind of scene comes. So humility is not weakness, like that. Humility is very courageous. Humility is very courageous. That's the fact. This can get the table there is a charge. I think so. It's, no, no, it's laptop charge. Laptop. So humility is courage. Uh, Like, one time in Chapati, our ISKCON temple is there. So there's a big festival which was happening. Now, the festival, a lot of devotees come, Bombay City, many of them coming in four-wheeler, Bombay City, very packed up, not much place for parking. So, and even a lot of things have to be done. Even devotees running around in their temple vehicles, getting this, procuring this, that, everything, not like that. And everything has to happen very fast because something is missing immediately. This, that, a big festival, big, a lot of, so that kind of mood, a lot of hustle bustle, like that. So one of the temple because sure, thank you so much. So, so a lot of hustle bustle. So some devotee, came back, getting, procuring something in a temple vehicle. He parked the temple vehicle at a wrong place. So next to Chapati, this side there is a skyscraper, this side there is a Bombay, what else we find, like that. So somebody else is parking, and many times parking are on the road because parking area allotment is on the road because there's no place, many times. They parked in the wrong area. Now that area happened to be of a family, of a couple, in one of the flats in the adjacent building. So they became very angry and agitated, and they came fighting, shouting, go, So I don't know to paraphrase, but you can understand. Oh, like that. So they started bombarding some of the guards, and we were peacefully, sitting and chanting. Somebody starts coming and start bombarding. Hey, तुमने ऐसा कैसे कर दिया? तुम तो नालायक एक नंबर के ये वो ना टांग धुम 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 है ना? Then immediately how do we react? How should we react? Oh, that's good. So immediately how should we or how will we react by default?